Hello friends, how are you today? It's so exciting to be back with you, and wow, what a start to the new year. Isn't the energy amazing? I just had this rush of energy and I did all these videos. And then it literally, like, spiritually, it's so interesting. I've been finding that I'm having a lot of like spiritual kind of energy shifts and transformations. So since there was so much video in my docket, if you will, I took a couple days off, and now here we are. If you could like and subscribe to the video or to my channel, that'd be super great. It really helps me with the algorithms, and if you could share it, that would be great too. It also helps increase my monetization, so it's a way to easily, help pay me without really doing very much. But I really want to thank you guys because people have been sharing my work, and it's really cool. It's really great. I also got a lot of super great and wonderful comments back about the last video, God's DNA. If you haven't seen that yet, take a look, because if you have any concerns in the current external conditions around health and welfare, I think that it will help bring peace to your mind and give you a walk through prayer work and energy work that you can do to support yourself and loved ones. Okay, let's take a look at the chart today, and we will do the first part of the video will just be the changes in the chart, and then I'll do a short inspired energy section. So really, this chart it's like a part of a story, okay, that's been going on for a few days since the new moon, and we're in the rest phase right now. So the interesting changes that have gone on here is you have this big clearing here, wow, here, big time, and even, look, a break in the technological effect here, or at least a shift in the pattern, because look at all that, look at all the checker boxes here. And they're a lot closer together than the usual technological effect. So I'm not sure what's going on there. See, even all the way down to lower hertz, we have that taking place. And look at all these interesting checkerboards here. There's always been checkerboards down here. Periodically, I call them the bedrock. But they're not normally in this kind of a pattern, which is basically all over the high hertz of the chart. Okay, so that's just unusual and interesting. Collect that data and see where it takes us. The most fabulous and interesting thing here has been a continuation of this rainbow pattern in the lower hertz and these incredible, beautiful colors here. So bless us all. The divine seems to be supporting us at the unconscious and subconscious levels. And, I want to just show you here. I was talking to a friend of mine who does a lot of Christian prayer work, and she had been talking about a hedge of protection. Actually, I've got a couple friends who I have talked to recently who, they use the words of a hedge of protection in terms of bringing in spiritual protection for the energy field, for their person, for families, for health, etc. And it's interesting because there is, I would call it, a type of hedge of protection here in the chart. It's really fascinating, but it's extremely, extremely rare for the hertz to go anywhere near the 0 to half of a hertz level. And as I perceive it, when this happens, it's the human soul through the human consciousness activating the autonomic responses in the human energy system. But it's like we have this hedge of protection around our most basic functions, and this is a wonderful thing. Now, if you don't feel this, it's very simple how to rectify that. You ask, okay? Because energetically the divine law for this planet is based upon your free will choice as a soul embodied in human form. One needs to activate that by asking that protection. By asking if for some reason you're in a storyline where there's drama going on around that. Not everyone has that, but I just feel like I wanted to add that in today for people. And here's another interesting thing here. Where the technological effect restarted, there was this lighter colored pattern in the lower, very low hertz here. So this is probably, right here is probably about 4. So below 4. Not sure what it means. I have some thoughts on this. I have a couple other videos that I'm going to do related to these things and related to questions that you guys have asked me. Okay, so here, let me just go back in time and let's just look for a second at, let's look at the graph from yesterday. So we had, in my last video, I talked through this, how there was a portal here, something came through the portal, then it transformed here. And then what you had here is, it was like we were landing the transformation, because you see how it's like it steps forward in time and dimensional state and really grounds itself in the present, okay? And you see that through the movement here, right? It's almost like a movement either from not really the past, but from other dimensional states of being to land into the present here, okay? And then there's some transmutation around that with the red, or some activation, okay? And interesting, speaking of activation, that's when we get these gorgeous magentas, brilliant blues, all these colors, and then we have these shards of light here, or bars of light, and they go deep into the alpha state here. So it's like we have that portal, and then we have these awakenings that come to us, and they're just really resonant in the alpha state right now. They don't go into our higher brainwaves. And if this is the first time that you're watching this, let me explain what I'm talking about. The chart here from 0 to 40 hertz for the Schumann resonance coincidentally mirrors the hertz of the brain waves. So these are in the air around us, non-physical energies that have an interplay with us, I believe. And in the beginner's playlist, I explain more details on that specifically. All right, now here's the fascinating thing I want to show you before we move on to energy. And here is this. Now see, I want you to, here, let me just make a little drawing here. I feel like making the drawing in gold. There we go. All right, so you see here, it's like there's something here, and it's coming forward in time. But as it comes in time or dimensional state, as it comes forward, it goes to the left and the right in the chart. It goes to the past and the future. But there's a clear stop. Oops. There's a clear stop here at the new moon, okay? So this is specifically related to the initiation of the current cycles. There's really not a feeling of bringing anything here from the past. What this could be, and I hear my computer fan just went on, but what this could be is, for example, all of us human beings have the ability to download from our own Akashic records, our spiritual records of our life on earth or other lifetimes. We have the ability to bring forward, through a spiritual and energetic connection, information from what I call the universal library, okay? Because there are universal themes of energy, geometry, thoughts, emotion, just all these sorts of things. It's kind of like Plato, how he talked about the world of archetypes and the non-physical. But this is at a high dimensional state, and all of us have the opportunity to connect with that and then retrieve information. But wherever this is coming down from, it could even be our ancient lineage, the information that's buried in our DNA, okay, or in our soul incarnations. It comes forward to the beginning here and to the grounding of the information. See that? Isn't it beautiful? It's just so beautiful. Look at that right there and right there. It steps forward, okay? And here, there's a hard stop with what was in the past, okay? But it comes here and it is transformed. Whatever about it needs to be transformed and upgraded, that's done. and then here it's grounded. So this is not linear. It's like here. It's here, here, and here, without a linear connection. Isn't that fascinating? I love that. Okay, so just a quick little energy comment here, and that is that we are landing the new within us. We're preparing for the next, whatever's going to happen for the next 20 years, the next 40 years. So think about what do you want for your life? Emotionally, what emotional state are you in? And let the transformations flow in alignment with your highest good, in what is resonant for you. And I just want to make a recommendation here. If any of you are interested in more of the esoteric information and the astrological information about this, these cycles, trends, and as they relate to world events, I want to make a recommendation, and that is to take a look at the oraclereport.com. And Laura Walker, she also has a Patreon where she releases information very frequently, every day or every couple days or every few days. And she has many, many amazing comments, deep research into all of these trends from a astrological, electromagnetic perspective. And I recommend her partly in gratitude, although I've never met her or spoken to her. I have learned so much from her over the years, and from a friend of mine and friends of mine who have known her work over the many years. So just wanted to make that recommendation to you all. And thanks for watching.